The Nasdaq 100 gapped down overnight on Sunday before recovering on Monday after a topsy-turvy start to the week with the US debt ceiling talks causing the volatility. Price hit the 13,900 level once again after retracing off this level last Thursday. That's the immediate hurdle for bulls. The Nasdaq 100 hovered around 13,900 on Monday despite Meta receiving a record €1.2 billion fine by European privacy regulators over the transfer of EU user data to the US, but that had no impact on the stock. In fact, Meta continues to trade near a 12-month high. On Tuesday, price continued to pull back from 13,900. On reports, the US Treasury asked agencies if payments could be made later, suggesting a debt ceiling deal may not happen in time. And that shows the desperation by the US government to avoid a default in June. On top of that, you had Fed official Bullard talking up another 2 rate hikes in order to tackle inflation. That saw the 2-year yield jump to its highest level since March and weighed on the Nasdaq 100. And that was enough to see price close below the 13,730 support level on Tuesday, which brought in more sellers as price continued to head lower on Wednesday. Reports emerged that House Speaker McCarthy, who is a key participant in these talks, said the debt ceiling talks hit a snag as negotiators remained at odds over spending caps. Price hit a low of 13,510, touching the 20-day moving average before rebounding. The sharp reversal you see occurred actually after the close, with Nvidia saving the index. The chip maker reported earnings which came in above analysts' estimates, but it was the revenue forecast that blew analysts away, coming in around 11 billion, whilst expectations were for only 7.2 billion. That saw the stock rally sharply and pushed the Nasdaq 100 higher, as you can see here. Nvidia's weighting in the index has helped the Nasdaq 100 continue to outperform other major indices again this week. The 22% rally in Nvidia alone saw the Nasdaq 100 hit the 13,925 resistance level as price came off. There were also reports of Fitch potentially cutting the US AAA's credit rating if a debt limit deal isn't reached. Today, price is looking to make a breakthrough, with the debt ceiling deal rumored to be edging closer to a deal. Maybe the pressure and reports of credit agencies looking to downgrade the US has helped. On the daily chart, price is likely to hit our upper end targets from the last video, around 14k to 14,100. This is in line with the weekly trend as shown in this chart, which connects to the highs from November and December 2021. In terms of levels to watch into the close of next week, if we get a deal, we could see an overshoot in the Nasdaq 100. However, the 14k to 14,100 is a major resistance level on the weekly, so a pullback here would be expected considering the run the tech index has been on. It is likely we see an unwinding of this outperformance we've had in the Nasdaq 100 versus the S&P 500 and the Dow Jones. Support levels are 13,925 followed by 13,730, which is where price broke above on Wednesday after Nvidia earnings. Next week we have the ISM manufacturing PMI and the monthly payrolls report on Friday, so that'll be the focus. No video next week as I'm out on vacation, but I'll see you at the next one.